He's Tom.
She's Mary.
And together we are
MomenTary. This is episode 7, we think, of Plugged In and Turned On. We're not sure. It's been a long time. We've been away, haven't we? But like a boomerang, that is a boomerang in the corner, we are back.
That was his idea.
Yep.
He really wanted the boomerang
Whole purpose
to
served.
say that we're
Yeah.
back.
Yep. We are back, and we have quite a lot of updates. It's been a long time. I think the last one was my birthday, 8th of June, so it's kind of 2.5 months ago. We were in Spain at that time.
Oh, yeah, now I remember.
Now you got it.
Yeah.
We're back in the summer house. It's very warm, isn't it? Very humid, quite windy out there. It's still quite hot. We are having a summer.
Yeah, we've had a lovely summer.
Yeah, it has been great.
Weather-wise, actually, haven't we, since then?
Indeed. And you have worked almost completely through your course now.
Yes, I'm into the final 2 weeks. Yeah. And then it's done. All of that deliberating and trying to make up my mind whether to do it. I can say that it was definitely a good thing that I decided to do.
There you go. Add that into the 8K playlist. Incredibly, we found this, didn't we, the other day, that it's not even a year ago that was, and it feels so long ago.
Yeah.
Those 21 days. I think they start in about 8 days from now. So we're kind of approaching a full year. But there you go. So we've got a thing to bring. We're not really sure whose turn it is, but we've just got something, which is this. Tell us what it is, Mary.
This is a book I wrote. I originally wrote it in 2010, but then kept rewriting it until it was ready for publication in 2011. Yeah, that's me. November, end of November 2011.
Yes.
Was when it came out.
And it's very special because you're doing something with it right now, aren't you?
I am adapting it to a movie. That's my dissertation project. Magical Mind World, the beginning, the movie. And I've had to make changes to it because I've been learning I did a whole module on adaptation, and I think that it's better. I think it's much better. So
you've changed parts of the story within this. So for the fans of the book, when they see the film, it'll be different.
Yeah.
How's it been, like, creating your own story into a film?
I would say, enjoyable, probably quite fluid, and it was really nice to spend time with those characters again and to apply everything that I've learned during the course.
And obviously you've workshopped it with your fellow students, haven't you? So people have performed as Magical and Charlie and things like that.
Yeah, actually. So one of the people who was Magical at least twice in workshops is somebody who was also in one of my favourite TV shows.
I mean, that's quite cool.
It is really cool. Like, who would have thought a year ago, if I had thought this person who's in one of my favourite ever TV shows, The Wire, that she would be playing Magical Mind World in a workshop. It's bonkers.
Funny how things work out like that, isn't it?
Yeah. And also, something that I didn't think that I would do is I actually got to perform in 8 pieces.
Yes.
You
got the acting bug, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, I just got people cast me in 8 pieces for the public workshops, and I got to play a whole range of characters.
You did. You're an old lady. You made someone cry in the audience.
More than one person.
There you go.
I didn't do anything to them to make them cry. It was the emotion that I evoked in people. It's a very sad story.
Yeah, some incredibly moving stories and almost all based on people's experiences or families' experiences and things like that, which has been really interesting to learn about those stories. And as you say, it's been a great course because you've kind of gained lots from it, but also started to do new things and finding new avenues. And that leads on quite nicely to, obviously, we've been doing a bit of acting and things like that with improv. We're going to do a slightly different bit of acting or singing or showmanship, I don't know what we want to call it, on the 13th of December.
Put it in your diaries.
Get it in the diary. So we're going to be back at the Public Theatre, but with a twist, because we're going to actually bring a play. A musical?
A musical.
A musical.
Yeah.
Will we reveal what it's called yet?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, because I would say that that's not finalised, but it came as a result of some sad news that we have about our In-Professionals group, our keyboard player, Richard, has decided to retire from live music. So we were kind of in a state of despair, like, oh no, because
Yeah.
we're so reliant. He's so brilliant, and I think there aren't many people in the world who can do what he does. You know, we just give him a genre and it's like make a song immediately in that genre, and we obviously sing along to it, make up the lyrics and things, but really it's, I'd say most of the brilliance is really him.
Yeah.
And so to lose that, it was really like that is us, you know. So we deliberated. That's the second time I've used that word. But over what to do, and one of our team, Becky, had a great idea for what we could do next, and it's something that I've wanted to do for a while, and uses the skills that I've been learning over years, actually, because it also involves, and you too, because you're also great at making up songs. So instead of doing an improvised Christmas show, we're going to be writing a Christmas musical and performing it.
I think it's going to be great. And as you said, like, you've always wanted to create a musical, and I think it will be a really nice way to kind of still use the skills of the boomerang to bounce back. There you go, smiles all around, or eyebrows. We saw some good eyebrows earlier today, didn't we? So I've lost my train of thought. We're going to make a show and it's going to be great. We're going to look forward to it, and hopefully Mary will wear this boomerang in lots of different ways as part of it. I think it will still have some improvised elements, but to kind of come up with it, we're going to improvise and find a way.
Yeah, but that's just how I think that's how you write things anyway.
So it could be kind of the opening to lots of other kind of doors and things like that, which is really, really cool. Again, flashing back about a year ago when I started on the radio, which is obviously something we're doing. Big stuff happening with that. So in 6 days, it's on Thursday, isn't it, the 29th of August, I'm going to be doing 24 hours of radio, non-stop. Macaulay Culkin faces all round. I don't know what it's going to be like. And I was on the radio at night time on Wednesday. It's the first time I've ever been there at night.
I actually, while I was working, I completely forgot to listen, but I couldn't listen anyway. That's the thing, like when you're writing a creative thing, you can't listen to people talking on the radio. No, it just doesn't work.
You can't do both things.
But when did you actually start?
I think it probably was about this time. I remember I went to the studio during a time we were doing 8K, because...
Oh yeah. Okay, you were doing it then.
But it was kind of early days, wasn't it? I think August maybe was when I started doing it. In September, I was kind of ready.
I remember Dean saying about how you managed to get your wife on the radio really quickly, really soon after starting.
Yeah, you got to get Mary involved, and you're going to be involved, of course, in this 24-hour broadcast. We're going to do some garage. Garage at midnight. We're still working on the name, aren't we? MomenTary Garage.
MomenTary Takeover.
Or MomenTary Takeover.
I like MomenTary Takeover, but...
I like MomenTary Garage. What do you like? Tell us. We can decide. I don't even know. It's probably not going to have a name during
but what basically what are we going to be doing, Tom?
During that, DJ Les has put together a playlist, or put together a mix of songs during that time, and we're going to kind of improvise during that time, aren't we, really? It's just garage time. MC
We're
talking.
We're going to be garage MCs, basically.
So we're going to do some songs. There's going to be some improv. It's sadly not going to be with Richard now, but we're going to still do some improvised singing. I'm going to make some songs in the early hours between 2 and 4 a.m.
So I'm not going to be there then. I would just like to clarify.
Think you're going to go home, aren't you? You don't want to be there for 24 hours, certainly.
I am going to go home.
So, yeah.
And hopefully sleep.
Yeah. But that's not what I'm going to do. 9 a.m. on the Thursday until 9 a.m. on the Friday.
It's so bonkers because, like, you generally fall asleep.
Yeah. I fell asleep yesterday at 8 something, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough sleep before that, I think, was the key. So I'm going to have to make sure I have some good sleep. I've got a few things lined up that I think will help to make that happen. But that came out completely wrong. That's not what I mean. I'm
imagining like cans of Red Bull, Monster, like ephedrine. I don't know.
Well, I think water will be enough for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah, I think that's okay. That's all right. Put a song on, run to the toilet, come back, I do that anyway. It's kind of what you have to do.
A little insight there into Tom's
Yes.
life as a radio DJ.
But yeah, there's going to be.
He does a lot of work for charity. Yeah, that's Paul Whitehouse, right? Smashy and Nicey.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear that now.
Does a lot of work for charity. That's Tom.
That's Mary. Yeah, so I don't think I'll do that voice. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it will be interesting. But as you say, it's going to be really hard because I just love to sleep.
But what an achievement you'll be able to, forever you'll be able to be like, I did this challenge.
Well, I think that's true. And also it's funny, like, because it's kind of this time last year almost when we were kind of starting to plan a ridiculous event in kind of a week of deciding to do that. And I can see like how much thought has gone into this kind of 24 hours already. Like we've been talking about it for months, and the last kind of 3 weeks really, and certainly the last 2 weeks I've been kind of solidly doing stuff, and lots of other volunteers have as well, and lots of people have given up their own time to do things. So we realised just how much goes into an event like this.
Yeah, and it's good to be able to be sitting on this same sofa and have the perspective of we were clearly out of our mind, out of our minds.
Having the perspective of
we're out of our minds if we thought that we could do that. But I like the fact that I believe that we could. You didn't, but I really did think that we could do it.
I still don't think that kind of thing is impossible, but I think you need a huge team behind you. And I think this is where this is why we had this conversation and why it kind of broke down, because we were trying to make all that happen.
Yeah.
And when it wasn't, it kind of, there's been bits in this broadcast that kind of haven't happened as well, but there's been enough that is kind of carrying on through, that you have enough kind of ammunition to make it a success. Of like different ideas with different stations.
We've got a minute. What have we not put in here that you wanted to talk about?
No, not in this, in the broadcast, in the 24-hour broadcast.
Oh.
We're just having a chat, and it's nice just to be back. And yeah, we are going to do lots of things. We're also going to a festival now, so that'll be another thing that will be interesting. But yeah, I'd say this time last year, think about how much has happened and how much we've grown in many different ways.
Yeah, and also this festival we're going today, it has my initials.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, just MW.
MW.
Yeah. Maui Wowie. Well, we'll finish with the initials of MJ Wobble. Upside down, is it the same?
W. MJ Dub.
MJ Dub. With the beginning. This is just the beginning, but it's actually the end of this episode of Plugged In and Turned On. We'll be back possibly sooner than the last one. We've got some songs planned to do, and also Maui Wowie. We're going to go see a band that we're going to talk about as well.
Yeah.
With a special MomenTary takeover.
Yes.
Nice.